The best of quarter horse racing is always at Los Alamitos. Join us for one of our biggest nights of the year, California Breeders' Champions Night on July 26th, with a full night of stakes action, with the Governor's Cup Futurity led by the super talented filly French Valley, plus top qualifier El Dictator. The Governor's Cup Derby will have a lineup of accomplished runners, plus the ageless Cattail Cove could also be in action. It's the track of sunsets and stars, Los Alamitos Racecourse, California Breeders' Champions Night.
And welcome everyone to the Los Alamitos preview show. It is California Breeders' Champions Night weekend, and we are going to have some tremendous stakes action this Saturday night. First, I'd like to welcome our panel, Michael, Wrona, and Christopher Wade. George Duarte is not able to join us today, but we do have his selections. We are going to put up our consensus for the Saturday night action later on the show. First of all, how are you, Michael?
I'm terrific. Thanks, Orlando. Yeah, what a weekend we have with the claiming futurity trials on Sunday night to cap it off. But the real focus, of course, is Saturday night. Stakes racing right across the card almost. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and you got a winner last week, Perfect D, right?
Yes, he got the trip through along the inside that he was denied a couple of starts earlier when he was pretty much stopped in his tracks mid-stretch, and he was able to come through and get up in the last couple of strides, really stretching that neck out for the wire. I just liked looking at how determined he was. He's a professional racehorse who likes to win.
Yeah, we had some exciting finishes all throughout the weekend last week, and I'm sure we're going to have quite a few thrillers this Saturday and Sunday as well. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. Lots and lots of work this time of the season, but we got some great races coming up. We got quarter horse races in abundance on Saturday and tonight, and some top-notch runners going poster, including London Toby, looking to make some amends for that much troubled effort that last start when finding trouble, which is usually his own making.
Well, you mentioned London Toby. He's going to be looking to make some history on Saturday. He is going after his third consecutive victory in the Spencer Childers. Only one horse, the Great Via Bono, by the way, owned by Spencer Childers himself, has won the Spencer Childers 3 times. And London Toby is going to try to match that as well. And, of course, always a special race for Dr. Ed Allred, the owner of Los Alamitos Racecourse, anytime that he can win the Spencer Childers, because Spencer was his mentor when he first started out being involved in quarter horse racing here at Los Alamitos. So it's always a special race to win for Dr. Ed Allred. It's always a special race for us to enjoy as well. Let's bring up the past performances here for this Saturday night card. Just from top to bottom, a lot of fun races to enjoy. Every race here is a quarter horse race on Saturday night. 6 stakes races as well. So the pick 6 is, I believe, an all stakes sequence as well here on Saturday. So let's take a quick look at these races here. We'll begin with race 1, this allowance event. AJ Bourne running, stakes winner last year, won 2 stakes last year, has not run since the Charger Bar handicap when she finished 4th to Rocking with Energy. Did have a workout on July the 9th, a really fast time, 17:90. But if I remember correctly, in that gate work, not the sharpest early on. Took her a little bit to get going, but once she did, she was just so impressive in posting that 17.9 clocking. A couple of other horses that kind of catch the eye here. Beach Walk, who's been in some nice stakes races this season, ran 3rd in the Los Alamitos Oaks. VJK Stickfield Follies, we've seen her in quite a few stakes races. 6-1 there on the morning line for David Hinkins and trainer Dan Farias. And we have a new face here, number 7, Deep Blue, for trainer John Steinbach. And when you look at her past performances, you see a lot of Grade 1 races, a lot of Oaks, top races, the Oaks. Won the Heritage Place Oaks at Remington Park and also ran in the Texas Classic Oaks last year. Of course, comes out of a 4th place finish in the Grade 1 Juno's Request. So that's the opener here in race number 1. if you guys have any thoughts on any of these races, any horses that stand out, please just just interrupt me and let me know your thoughts. You can.
Yeah, after AJ, the 2 horse looks triple tough to an eye on the ship. A nice workout, so has a big look at the outcome. Of course, Deep Blue to the outside. I've got some quality figures on the charts. I Am Candy there on the inside as well. So my number is like a 271.
Yeah, I don't have a strong feeling about the race, actually. Jaime's taking the blinkers off AJ Born Running, who hasn't been out since January. It's difficult to get a line on the 7-horse Deep Blue, but the credentials are certainly there on paper to make her super scary. And not quite sure at this point in time, as we record on a Thursday evening, how I might lean.
One thing that I do remember about John Steinbach is that he had 2 mares in the Charger Bar handicap, and 2 basically newcomers as well. And he ended up finishing 2nd and 3rd in the Charger Bar. So when he sent out those 2 mares, they fired and nearly won that, nearly finished 1st and 2nd, if not for Rocking with Energy in that Grade 1 event. And now he sends this one with some really nice credentials. Deep Blue, who's earned almost $400,000 in her career. Moving on to race number 2. These are in another allowance event. Fillies 2-year-olds. Walk When I Walk has only started once and was a big winner here. Barry Woodhouse. He usually campaigns 1 or 2 horses, but they're usually a nicely bred horse, and he pays a good amount of money for them, and they perform nicely. Pay $65,000 for this filly, Walk When I Walk. Sergio Morfin trains. Leticia, 5-1 on the morning line. We've seen some good efforts from her. Chris, Caribbean's back, 5-1.
Yeah, that horse owes me. So it's one of those give him one more time horses. If this horse gets away clean, he has to look at the outcome, but is up against it versus Walk When I Walk and possibly Elemental and Letitia. So it's a good group of horses there in that second race.
The thing that's interesting is the 2-week turnaround for Walk When I Walk, the spacing of the races. This filly was so impressive on debut from the rail, and to be coming back so quickly would indicate that she's really pleasing Sergio, and I've got to have her on top. I wouldn't be picking against her. She looks well above average.
Yeah, she's my top pick and one of my better bets in the racing card. Don't forget she was a B+ and a straight A worker prior to that very impressive maiden crushing debut from the rail, no doubt.
Race number 3. This one's pretty wide open, I think. Cyber Alert, first time gelding at 8-1. In the book, first start for this in the book at 3-1, and look at the gate works. 12.5, the third fastest of 12 back on June 11th, and then on July 2nd, 12.1, the fastest of 12 works, went against ex-wife in that gate work. And East of Eden is a daughter of Moonlight Corona, and she's the mother of Nomadic and also the mother of Circle City. So a really well-bred gelding here in the book, and those workouts have been really strong.
Yeah, Orlando, I disagree with you about this race. I don't think it's very open at all. I think it's either in the book or Cartel Raven. And I, in the book, went straight into my book of horses to watch for based on that workout against ex-wife, because ex-wife debuted last weekend and ran tremendously well. And of course, we show a gate work before the race for every newcomer, and so got a good look at in the book versus ex-wife on that particular morning, and I thought, wow, both of them looked really good. And then as soon as ex-wife ran as well as ex-wife did, in the book went straight onto my list. And of course, I didn't know the horse would be turning up 1 week later, but here he is on debut, and I don't mind 3-1. I think that's pretty decent odds. And he'd be my pick with Cartel Raven, the only danger.
I had a little fun as I was writing in the book's notebook for those gate drills, because in the book starts pulling away from XY. I said in the book separating from XY. So, but,
Well, early in ex-wife's race last Saturday night, I said ex-wife's making a nuisance of herself.
yeah,
Um, that was about as well, somewhat subtle, but
yeah,
but I had a little bit of fun with that as well.
exactly.
Since you're talking about your comments for the Gateworks, I did enjoy Spelling Bee's little paragraph from you
Oh,
recently. You spelled out the word solid, and something else about the horse learning his ABCs.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was very good. Not lost on me.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Well, I'm still gonna say there are some horses here that could deliver. I mean, Keith Nelson sends a horse to Christian Watanabe that ran second at did we agree it's Energy Downs in Nebraska or
Apparently so.
somewhere up there? Yeah. And ran second there. Cartel Raven, like you mentioned, Michael, another one of the top contenders here. Just Raven, the mother of Cartel Raven, was a sensational mare here at Los Alamitos. Won a lot of big time races. SMI Valentine for trainer Dan Farias, the type of horse that Dan Farias surprises us with every so often. A horse that has shown a little bit of talent. This one ran third in his trial to the Ed Burke Million Futurity against Shiny New, who ended up posting the fastest qualifying time to the Ed Burke Million. So interesting race. Let's see how good in the book is Cartel Raven as well. Race 4. This begins the pick 6 sequence and is our first stakes race of the night. What a bunch of just tremendous horses. I mean, this is a really good group. Favorite Joss Hawk looking to become only the 9th horse to sweep the Governor's Cup Series, 8-1 on the morning line. And he was the second fastest qualifier, and he won the Governor's Cup Futurity from post number 2 last year. So 8-1 on the morning line. I have a feeling I know a certain panelist that is not here today might be playing this horse. Favorite Joss Hawk at 8-1. Party Time Tom at 6-1. We've seen him in some stakes races. Up to Party, the fastest qualifier, 2-1 on the morning line as well. Coming off of that nice victory, and she'll look to become the first filly since Scoop My Sunshine in 2013 to win the Governor's Cup Derby. It's been a long time since a filly has won the Governor's Cup Derby. Walking Tool, who was a win machine last year, 9-2. Defending champ. We get to defending champ. 3-1, Michael. What do you think of defending champ?
Oh, I think enough of defending champ to make him my preview show selection. If defending champ were not in the Governor's Cup Derby from post position 8 at 3-1, I would probably be picking that first time starter in the previous race at 3-1 in the book. But I've got to go defending champ. You know how sky high I have been on his potential for the 3-year-old season. Going back to late last year, I posted something on X about how I think he's going to blossom and be a real force in the longer races. And now we're arriving in the second half of his 3-year-old season. We saw him go very close to winning the El Primero del Año Derby. And his only subsequent start to that was winning his trial, which we have here for you now, to the Governor's Cup Derby.
I'll go ahead and I'll hit play, Michael, and you can walk us through defending champ. He's breaking from post 5.
Yeah, the middle gate, the gold colours of Doc Allred, and he's very rarely in front early, but he is beginning well enough in recent races, and he just overwhelms Party Time Tom in the closing stages and gets up to score. He's always been looking for these longer trips. He's been looking for more time to mature and develop. And I think that his time has arrived. And he's 3-1, and he's out there in post position 8, which looks very suitable. So I'm just looking forward to seeing him winding into his work in the second half of the race down the outside, and I think that he can gather them in and prevail. Having said that, it was very nice to see the brilliant filly Up to Party return to her best form. She was fantastic in her trial win, and she's formidable. She's very scary. And as noted by you, Orlando, favourite Jessor could certainly not be discounted. But I've been on this bandwagon for a while now, and I've got to be with defending champ, and I'm happy to be with defending champ.
Yeah, I actually have a few words from Scott Willoughby following that nice victory from defending champ. So let's hear what Scott Willoughby had to say about this tremendous
Yeah, he
close.
got away from the gate solid, but he was still fourth, fifth there. And he really finished strong. The horse needed a race. It's been quite a while since he ran. And I think this will set him up really well for the finals.
And you just did a tremendous job with him, bringing him along race by race. He just keeps getting better and better and better. And it seems like you knew that you had a horse that with a little bit of time, a little bit of seasoning, he would just continue to blossom.
He was so big as a 2-year-old that we tried to get him ready for the $2 million after we had turned him out, and it just didn't quite work out. He was close, but it just didn't quite. He's turned into a monster 3-year-old, so should be good all year.
And the chance of getting to run those 400-yard races, that's something that you also see as a big plus.
Oh, it made a big difference in him, to go 400 yards.
Congratulations.
Yeah, should be exciting to see defending champ as he just continues to blossom here. Like Scott Willoughby said, he's a monster now as a 3-year-old. Joey Quarters, who is also featured on the Nightlines program, every program he has his top pick. His top pick is it's like you, Michael. He's going with the 8 defending champ as well, 3-1. He does like that outside post as well. Race number 4, quite a fun race here with so many big names that we just recognize right away just by looking at the past performances. Chris, who did you make your top selection in this race?
Very similar. Defending champ. The horse is a big-bodied horse, taking his time, and it's so much talent. And he's just starting to get into his rhythm. And he's going to be one to watch throughout the racing season with these big derbies. And this is my top choice. And of course, my second number is the filly Up to Party, and Party Time Tom. That full brother will be my third choice there in tonight's 4th event.
Let's go to race number 5. Number 1 is Up for Everything for trainer Scott Willoughby and owner Ed Allred. Number 2, Optical Illusion, posted a gate work on July 5th, 18.3. I wasn't that crazy about that gate work. Winner share 4-1. Governor's Cup Derby participant last year. Just Being a Friend, 9-5 of the morning 9 here, and Just Being a Friend ran a solid race in the Vestal's Maturity, finished 5th against Stanley Cartel, London Toby, Shaker's No Secret. Just Being a Friend now getting closer and closer to that $500,000 in earning for owner Howard Nichols. Sneaky Kid, another solid runner here for Juan Carlos Chavez and Mario Sanchez. 4-1 from that outside post. They paid $15,000 for this Kitty Up gelding, and he's had some really nice races. He's doubled that for the connections. Sneaky Kid with Ricardo Ramirez up. This is one of those races that I think Just Being a Friend, Up for Everything are going to duke it out and see who wins. What do you guys think?
Yes, they're both going to be very tough. I think that the outside horse is worth a ticket, though. Sneaky Kid. One of his recent gallop outs, I can't remember if it was last start or the race before, but he had a very strong gallop out, and he might just be going a little better than looks on paper. And from the outside post, I give him a look. I think he's got a sneaky chance.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, well, I got to give the slight edge to just being a friend there for Elena Andrade. Up for everything down the inside, always gives 100%. And not bad for last time. Winner's share has faced good company. Of course, sneaky kid. He is sneaky. I've used his horse on a couple of occasions to sneak in. And from that outside post, you got to look at the outcome there as well. And a closely matched affair, but the slight edge to just being a friend.
Now we go to the Rolling 8 Ranch Stakes. This is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Temple Court, that tremendous breeding line of Favorite Cartel out of Remember Me Rose. Still looking for that first stakes win for Temple Court. Could it happen here from post number 1 at 7:02? Ecstatic. Trainer Adan Farias won the La Pacifica with this then filly. She did it at 26-1 odds. In the mode, she looks like she's just blossoming and getting into her best form here. Third in the ransom last year. And then in her first out, facing the mares, finished second in the Abigail Kawananakoa. Just barely missing there, losing to Butter Homes and Garden. 2-1 on the morning line. Heather Denise. I like Heather Denise. I made her my third selection here for trainer Elena Andrade. Phoebe's Baby Girl, 6-1 on the morning line. She worked with Optical Illusion there. They hustled her hard, and now once she ended up winning that drill, but the jockey was very active there on Phoebe's Baby Girl. And Market Analyst on the outside post, 5-2. Well drawn. Comes off of a nice victory. Michael, you have any thoughts?
I would say in the mode would be my pick. I mean, the effort off the pretty lengthy layoff was excellent, splitting Butter Homes and Garden and Miss Esau JQM. If in the mode can move forward just fractionally, or even probably maintain that level coming into this race, she's going to be very tough to beat. That was her seasonal debut in a grade 3, 350 yards, and I've got to give her the edge. But I know that our friend Mr. Wade is leaning elsewhere.
Well, yeah, that would be one of my top picks as well in the mode. So very talented, very impressive performance off the layoff. But of course, Temple Court, this is one of those horses that I keep giving him one more chance. This horse has got the talent, but is his own worst enemy. This horse always seems to find trouble. She does. And she's ran relatively well from that inside post. So last time in her last effort, she was a little rambunctious in the gate. She broke a little bit slow. She was bumped in the hindquarters, slow in the stride, but she finished pretty well the final half of the affair to be 5th, beaten about a length. But she can mind her manners from that inside post. Anything close to a decent getaway, she could be a minor upsetter there in that affair.
Okay, let me bring up that Abigail Kawananakoa race, because then we can also see in the mode in that one as well, in addition to Temple Court, Chris. Okay, Chris, here's the Abigail Kawananakoa. Temple Court's going to break from the far outside post in the mode from post number 7. We'll hit play here, and you can tell us what you see.
Yeah, like in the mode, broke relatively well right there. Is right there on the engine, close to the lead throughout. On the outside post, Temple Court didn't get away all that well, was bumped in the hindquarter, was kind of drifted out slow in the stride, but was striding out well the final half of the affair, and it was moving better than looked there. And this horse has run well from the inside post, will be a better price than the aforementioned in the mode, but with expected improvement and a clean getaway in the mode. Triple tough to deny, but the one that could upset the apple cart just a little bit will be the rail runner Temple Court. Give it one more chance. One of those give one more chance runners for me, but could very well get that first career stakes victory from that inside post, a clean getaway.
Moving from the outside post all the way to the inside post, Temple Court, she's going to get the Chris Wade slice of the pie selection for Saturday. Race number 6, number 1, Temple Court here to get that slice of the pie, right, Chris?
Yeah, just anything close to a decent getaway. She's a nice sized individual, well bred. The connections have been going very, very well, and getting some nicer runners at nice prices. The Castleman Shedrow from Steve Burns.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Mike Castleman in just a little bit because he is a big. He's gonna play a big role in the Governor's Cup Futurity. Here's race number 7, the Debutant Stakes. This is a race that Rocking with Energy won last year and just looked so awesome. Now, see it clearly. Could she be the next impressive runner to come out of the Debutant Stakes? 9-5. Face the boys in the Bandy Splash handicap. That was a race that Train B Taka won. The Paint Horse Kid Cocinero was in that group as well. Be careful. Another Ed Allred owned filly. This one trained by James Glenn Jr. at 5-1. I went with my this is my slice of the pie selection, Chris. 6-1, Malinche from the Barno trainer Lindolfo Diaz. He picked up a win recently, Lindolfo Diaz. So maybe that barn's starting to heat up. He also had a nice runner-up finisher in a trial last week as well. Malinche has been in some good races against good horses in the past. Competent at 8-1 for Mike Castleman. Deluxe Cartel and Alexia Check. Alexia Check at 2-1. So we might see the bookend horses here. Alexia Check on the outside and see it clearly on the inside, getting the most play. Which way do you lean, Michael, in this race?
I'm with Alexia Check out of gate number 6. I think she's on the improve, trending the right way, and I think she'll run a very good race.
Yep.
Yeah, the mare Letty Bale Regis out has produced some really nice runners here, including Belcheck, who won the Spencer Childers. Chris?
Wholeheartedly agree. Alexia Check will be my top choice. And the aforementioned See It Clearly, and then Be Careful will be my third number. So 6-1-2 in that event in race number 7.
Now here we go in the Spencer Childers California Breeders' Championship Handicap restricted grade 1 event. And it's a compact field, but some fun horses to root for, some fun horses to watch. And we get a really fun duel between London Toby, the 7-year-old, against an older rival, Cattail Cove, an 8-year-old. And Cattail Cove has made 55 starts in his career, has won 12 times, and he's as good as he's probably ever been in from as far as winning races. He's won 4 of his last 5 starts. Michael, you had a chance to meet Cattail Cove, so I know he's a horse that you really enjoy watching, calling. Your thoughts on this race?
Yeah, I've got to be torn somewhat between London Toby and Cattail Cove because I am such a fan of both. And I did contact Juan Alleman a couple of months ago and tell him how much I would enjoy being able to come round to the barn and visit Cattail Cove to meet him. And we had a very nice time. And he's just such a wonderful horse. And I've always appreciated the link between Cattail Cove, having been on the board in Ed Burgart's last call before retiring, the Los Al 2 Million Futurity of 2019. And to think that Cattail Cove is still plying his trade so many seasons later and doing so at such a high level, it's an amazing thing to see, an enjoyable thing to see. He's a popular horse, and it's a great credit to Juan and to Link Newcomb for how they've looked after him. And I didn't think he could ever win a race this season at 300 yards. He just was taking those few strides to really get going properly. So that win in the Independence Day last time, even though he did have the outside post position, was so full of merit. And he's so sharp. But gosh, he's going to play second fiddle, isn't he, to London Toby? If London Toby has a decent sort of a getaway, I just can't pick against London Toby. And he's so remarkable in his own way for everything he's overcome. And his career has been more sporadic with various intestinal disorders and other things. They've had to be so patient with him, but he's just racing in terrific form. And he'd have to get my nod. London Toby on top for me.
Already has finished second in a pair of Grade 1 stakes races against the best older horses here on the grounds. Ran second to Unrelentless in the Brad McKenzie, a race he won last year. London Toby did, and ran second to Stanley Cartel in the Vessel's Maturity as well. And of course, like we mentioned earlier, he's already won this race twice before, looking to become the only the second horse to joining Via Bono as a 3-time winner of the Spencer Childers. So I think you're right, Michael. It's going to be tough for any horse in this group to outdo London Toby. He's pretty much been the king of this race going back to 2023. Chris, we were talking about just how much fun it is to watch these two veterans of racing, London Toby and Cattail Cove, go at it. Both Michael and I think that London Toby is going to be too much, too strong. What do you think?
Pretty much along those lines. London Toby, professional racehorse, gives you everything he's got. Like I said, he's got so much talent. Always seems to find a little bit of trouble. That was the case last time. Is his favorite when losing all chance. But if he gets away clean, looks to make it his third consecutive, only the second horse ever to garner 3 wins in the Spencer L. Childers.
Well, I did have a chance to talk to Ling Newcomb after the Independence Day handicap about Cattail Cove. This is what he had to say. He was very happy in the winner's circle following that victory.
Hey, he's won 4 races out of 5. You can't, beat that. An 8-year-old still loves what he's doing every day, and it's a joy to watch.
He's run 55 times already. What is the goal with him? Because he still loves what he does. He's still winning at a high level. What do you think is the goal for this horse in terms of stars, in terms of big races as we continue 2025?
I'm sure we'll run at the end of the month on Cal-bred night, probably in the Spencer Childers. And then after that, we'll just see. The horse will tell us when he wants to quit. We built a new barn for him in Oklahoma when he's ready to retire. So it's built, and he's, probably, I'm thinking he'll run through the end of the year, maybe not run next year, but we'll see. I mean, he's got as long as he likes it, then we'll keep running him.
What would it be like, do you think, to see him come home after such a tremendous career that he's had? He's a fan favorite. He's done so many big races. What do you think it'll be like to have him back?
Well, it'll be important that he gets used on the ranch, because he's not going to want to just be idle. So they'll use him as a ranch horse and see how he gets along, and it'll be good for everybody.
I'm sure anywhere that Cattail Cove goes, he's going to be a favorite, no matter what, especially for the Newcomb family. So much fun to be around, and they had a good Edberg Million, right? They had 2 horses in the final, and I think one of them may have been related to Cattail Cove, if my memory serves me right. So
Cattail Coast.
Yeah, exactly. Cattail Cove.
Who's in the barn next door, by the way. He's in the stall next door. Yeah, the nephew.
Learning from Big Brother, right? Or nephew,
Exactly.
learning from the uncle. Very good. So we get to the final race on the card, the Governor's Cup Futurity. This is a Grade 2 event, the richest race of the night. And let's start with number 1, French Valley, 9-5 on the morning line. Second in the Edberg Million Futurity against a field that included Cattail Cove. It's going to be very tough, I think, in this race. Hurry Up at 10-1. Fastest qualifier is number 3, El Dictator, for owners Travis and Wendy Saxton. This horse was bred by Jaime Gomez, and just tremendous breeding line here with This Boogie Fires, the dam, who of course is the mother of Jay Fire Up, who was just awesome during her racing career, won the Governor's Cup Futurity. Jay Fire Up. Fancy Up, trainer Cesar de Alba. He's had some good races, good victories on California Breeders' Champions Night. Favorite Colossus comes to mind. There's the 5, Hidden Speed, 12-1. Brother Ray. He Burns owns French Valley, is a partner with Brother Ray. Owns number 7, Bear Down. He Burns, one of the all-time top breeders in quarter horse racing. He's never won the Governor's Cup Futurity, Michael, so he's looking to win the Governor's Cup Futurity for the first time. And he's got 3 solid horses here. including French Valley. With the 8, Mayor Humdinger, for his trainer owns, trains, and bred Mayor Humdinger, 9-2 on the morning line, the second choice here behind only French Valley. The 9 is Next Norco at 6-1. I like Next Norco. I'm putting him in my top 3 as far as picks. And the 10, Slated to Shine. Chris, I'll give you the first word here on this solid group. What do you think?
Well, it's going to be tough to deny French Valley. This horse is a big-bodied horse. She's so very, very quick. She gives you 100%. She's come out of a very strong race. And got a big look at the outcome. Definitely the one to beat. If you get 9-5, say thank you, because she's going to probably be lower than that immensely in my numbers. But French Valley, definitely the one to beat. And, of course, fastest qualifier, horse I've liked from the get-go, El Dictator, has a look at the outcome. The 3 horse be my second choice. Then I'm going to give Mayor Humdinger to the outside, the 8 horse. I'll look at to grab a slice of the pie there as my third number.
Well, they talked to Mike Castleman after French Valley's victory, and that was the second trial win of the night because he had already saddled Mayor Humdinger to win earlier on the card. So here's Mike Castleman. He's going to have 3 runners in this race.
Mayor Humdinger, out of a mare that's been very special to you, right?
Yes, she's been a good mare for us. Everything she's had, tried to run a little bit, so we were happy. He's a real unique horse, and he's a lot of fun to train.
And someone that's got to be a lot of fun to train is French Valley, the way she's performing, a big win.
Yeah, she loves it. So she's just seems like she's just getting better and just seems to be really enjoying her job. So I'm happy with her.
It's a night that highlights California breds and Dr. Steve Burns, yourself, just staples here in California.
And Mike Castleman did win this race a couple of years ago with You See That. So he's got one more Governor's Cup Futurity win than Dr. Steve Burns. So Dr. Steve Burns has to catch him here. And Mike Castleman, of course, is training several horses in this race. Michael, your thoughts?
I've been really high on French Valley since the debut. The 220-yard win was fantastic. The gallop out all the way to the back stretch. And that came from post position 2. She's been drawn wider since, but she's professional. She's very good. She has to be my top pick. But gee, it's an interesting race. Certainly, if you're looking at trifectas and superfectas, there are plenty of other ways to go. The Brother Ray Next Norco trial came as a big surprise to me. When Next Norco had a clean trip and was battling it out, I thought he would win. But not only did Brother Ray beat him, but did you see Cruz Mendez? I mean, he was just sitting there as quiet as a church mouse on Brother Ray. It was a very confident ride. And here is Brother Ray, a $100,000 purchase, sitting there at 8-1 on the morning line. But then I look again at Next Norco, who everyone was high on as he began his career, and his only win so far was from gate 8 in a field of 10. And I think that he really comes into the race at 6-1 because he's out there in gate number 9. His 2 defeats have come from gates 1 and 2. So I think both of those horses, Brother Ray and Next Norco, are definite chances. And El Dictator, 2 for 2, has done nothing wrong, runs fast and is perfect so far. So it's no gimme for French Valley. She's going to have to be as sharp as can be. But despite gate 1 and morning line favoritism, the filly's still going to be my top pick. I've just loved everything about her so far across her 4 starts.
And if you think that London Toby is going to be your single, I mean, you're going to have to spread a little bit unless your totally convinced that French Valley or maybe El Dictator are going to run away with this race. Did have a chance to talk to Travis and Wendy Saxton after their victory from El Dictator. Here they are.
Pretty much our whole life. We're from Idaho, so we just keep buying horses at sales and we keep running and keep trying to get a better one.
What part in Idaho?
Idaho Falls.
This has been a dream of ours for a long time to have horses race here.
Now, you've been out here with other horses, other runners, obviously qualifying to some races. What are some of your special memories that you've had owning quarter horses and racing them here at Los Alamitos?
Midnight Mood last year, he qualified to a couple big races, so that was really fun.
So Travis and Wendy Saxton, it'd be obviously a big thrill for them to get a big victory on California Breeders' Champions Night here at Los Alamitos. They mentioned Midnight Mood, who I believe was in this race as well last year. Real quickly, we'll just take a quick look at the consensus selections for Saturday night. Here's our handicappers providing their top 3 selections, and at the very end, we add up the points: 5 for first, 3 for second, and 1 for third. AJ Bourne running the top point getter in race number 1. Deep Blue right behind at 16 points. Walk When I Walk in race 2 gets most of the points there at 21. Elemental and Caribbean right behind. Cartel Raven and In the Book, Michael, 1 and 2 in the points. In the Book at 6 with 16, maybe because of that lack of a previous start, this being their debut for In the Book. Doesn't get more points. SMI Valentine with 6. In the 4th race, everybody but George Duarte agrees. 23 points for defending champ. To Party gets 10 points, and Beverage Hawk gets George's top selection here. El Príncipe, El Segundo, who provides our Spanish commentary, he picks him 2nd, and I picked him 3rd. Chris left him out. So did Joey Quarters. All right, we'll see. In the 5th race, Up for Everything and Just Being a Friend, right there, head-to-head, 21 points and 19 points. In the mode, gets all the points in the Rolling A Ranch. Temple Court, Chris, all right. Temple Court's the 2nd one with 9 points. Heather Denise gets a few points, so does Market Analyst. Alexis Check and See It Clearly are the top 2 selections. I went a little rogue there and went with Malinche as my top pick. London Toby, just like in the mode, gets all the points in the 8th race, 25. Cattail Cove right behind him. Boardwalk, the one of the younger runners here for Cal-bred in this race. He's going to get 3 points.
He ran 3rd in the Governor's Cup Derby.
All right. Yeah. He's been a very active horse in stakes events. Has qualified to a handful of them. And in the last race, French Valley just barely edges out El Dictator, 17 points to 16 points. But Mayor Humbinder does get 6 points there to round out the top 3. So that's the consensus selections. We're going to take a quick break and come back and just talk briefly about the claiming futurity trials on Sunday.
Big-time, nighttime pools are always at Los Alamitos, with early pick 4 pools of more than $175,000 on most nights, and a late pick 4 pool of more than $150,000 on most nights. Plus, our pick 6 pools have reached record figures in 2025, including a total pool of over $370,000 on June 15th, and record pick 6 payouts. Big-time, nighttime pools every weekend at Los Alamitos.
And we're back to take a look at Sunday's action. 9 races on tap here on the Sunday card. Let's take a quick look at race number 6 because there's some really nice 2-year-olds in this race, including Fireworks Over Paris, who ran 2nd in the Kindergarten Futurity. Sunday Rain, that unfortunately was scratched out of was the trials last week. Michael got scratched out of that race.
I can't remember what race it was, but yes, the horse played up behind the gate and had to be a late scratch, which was very unfortunate. She's the only filly in this field. It's a good race, isn't it? Really, really good field.
For sure. So, but it is a good sign that she's back quickly after being scratched there. A couple of other horses that stand out. Number 2, Cowboy Country, 1, 2, 3, a big winner last out. Has hit the board in all 3 starts and did finish second in a trial to the Edberg Million Futurity. Keeping it going. Another horse that has run in some big trials here on Los Al. But like you mentioned, Michael, really good race here. Fireworks on Paris.
Sorry, I guess it would have been a trial to the John Deere, the Juvenile California Challenge that Sunday Rain was scratched from, right?
Yeah. Unfortunate, but good to see her back in a good race here on Sunday. Some other good races here on this Sunday card will be the last 2, because these are trials to the Los Alamitos Claiming Futurity, and the rules for this race are interesting. These horses enter the trials. They cannot be claimed out of the trials, but in the final, which will be 3 weeks from now, with a purse of over $45,000, all of them, whichever horses qualify from the trials to the final, they're all going to be running for a tag of $16,000. So there's always a big crowd in the following the race, trying to figure out who got claimed. We've had some just monster crowds with like 45 different claims being dropped, 25 on one horse, and somebody's always thrilled when they win one of those claims. I believe a few years ago we had a winner of this race get claimed that went on to do some good things. But those are the rules. They can't claim. You can't be claimed out of the trials, but you can be claimed out of the final if you make it. Una Dos de Flora stands out for me in this opening trial. This sire, Dulce Sintacha, has had a tremendous season nationally. So if this horse claims, just by the way the sire has been doing, there might be some action on this filly. Terra Famous is a winner here. Unmarked as well, Finality for trainer Valentin Zamudio. Moving on to race 9. Glendale Boy is in this one. First Class Cruise is a winner here. This horse won maiden claiming race for $20,000. So he technically has been a higher level, has won at a higher level. And Dr. Valiant Way is another horse that has also been a winner here at Los Al. Any thoughts? Any other thoughts on this race, Chris? I know not much time to handicap these races. We just received the entries earlier today, not too long before we started recording.
No, just like in that 8th race, Una Dos de Flora, my top pick. Obviously, the one to beat. Haven't really got to the 9th and final. Got so many quarter-horse races this weekend, and many simulcasts being piped in. So it's a great weekend of racing this upcoming week here at Los Alamitos. So come out and enjoy the scenery at Los Alamitos. Great racing at Los Al and simulcast-wise.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing simulcasting. Is it from Delta and Retama, Chris, this weekend? Yeah.
Yeah. We got 6 from Delta and 7 from Retama.
Well, it's going to be a fun weekend of racing. A lot of quarter horse racing action, like Chris just said. So we're looking forward to that. Any final words, Michael, before we say goodbye?
Well, yes. I don't feel comfortable tooting my own horn, but I just wanted to share that there is a filly debuting on Sunday in race 5. And I'm quite humbled and honoured that Jeff Jones and Steve Holt would want to name a horse after my race call of Impressum's first Champion of Champions win back in 2022. But there she is, Stratospheric Realm. And like I said, I'm very humbled and honoured at that. little tip of the cap from those gentlemen, and this is a full sister to the Great Impressum, who'll be racing for the first time Sunday night in the 5th.
No, I just heard that call not that long ago at an AQHA event, and it didn't hit me until you just said it. Because let me tell you, everybody that heard that call was just marveled at just what an incredible job you did putting all that together following Impressum's victory. So I just want to tell you that it definitely did not go unnoticed, and it definitely didn't go unnoticed with the owners of Impressum. There it is. There in black and white. Stratospheric Realm will get a call from the one and only Michael Wrona as well.
I hope she races well. I hope I get to call her winning a race or three.
Perfect.
It's a great weekend of racing, day in and day out. You love quarter horse racing, and who doesn't? We got a great program on Saturday and Sunday this weekend on California Champion Breeders' Night.
Yeah, first post for the Saturday car, 7:20 p.m. Hope you join us here for a full night of quarter horse racing in an old stakes pick 6. Thank you so much, Michael, Chris, and to all the viewers. Thank you for spending some time with us, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye, everyone.
The best of quarter horse racing is always at Los Alamitos. Join us for one of our biggest nights of the year, California Breeders' Champions Night on July 26th, with a full night of stakes action, with the Governor's Cup Futurity led by the super talented filly French Valley, plus top qualifier El Dictator. The Governor's Cup Derby will have a lineup of accomplished runners, plus the ageless Cattail Cove could also be in action. It's the track of sunsets and stars, Los Alamitos Racecourse, California Breeders' Champions Night.